Hello, this is Gillesmansillon. I thought I was make a break from those videos, well-deserved break, but Spirit says still good to come and speak today, so I thought I would come. For we are moving through those 12 sacred days. For today, we have to understand the rhythm and flow of the day and the night. For the day is made for action, the night is made for contemplation, for restoration, for regeneration, for receptivity. So expect most of your mystical experience at night, although mystical experience can happen during the day and you can be proactive during the night. But it's utilized every night, those 12 nights, to make small celebration, 10-15 minutes to gather yourself and move back to the center. For at the very center of our heart, we have this a space that is eternally stable. It is called paradise. My guide showed me that the very center of the heart, there is God that lives. The home of God is connected to the heart. And so it is important to learn to go back to center. We have to utilize the tubes of light. It's like, imagine a tube of light that comes from above and that comes to englobe you, and you can move into the tube of light. For this tube of light is connected to all the 12th dimension of our universe, our sub-universe, and we're receiving energies from all those dimensions. In essence, there are billions of souls on each dimension that are contributing, but it's mostly on a conscious level. Each dimension is like a parallel reality where the higher we go, the more inclusive and larger the reality of consciousness become. And so there is also this energy that's been reported by those on a higher plane. They see this energy from source that is influencing the whole multidimensional universe. And this energy is not connected to any special event or cosmic influence. It is something that is independent of all that, and it will start with your own consciousness to allow yourself to be elevated. For everybody receives that energy, and it is elevating all the dimensions of our universe. It is a spiritual process, an energy that is we are being elevated into the mastery level of creation. We are becoming one. But we need to become master of our needs and desires. It is very important to know that we can control our needs and we can control our desires. Those are two things that we can control. And so we want to keep the north, to always keep the guiding system, the light of source, which is Polaris, the North Star. It is my home in the universe as well. But Polaris is the fixed star. It always brings us back to the heart, to the center. And so we're gonna be awakening. We're getting ready for this awakening and resurrection from mortality. We want to awaken to this memory of our immortal self. And from there, from we understand that we have a higher self and a lower self, and to become more of a higher self and look down at our lower self with compassion and understanding. So for all those things comes because we are curious of spiritual things. If we're not curious, we'll not discover. Those who are not who are not cultivating this reciprocity feeling with our source, our creation, our inner self, God, whatever we wish to call it, source, creator, the supreme intelligence, the company of heaven. If we're not connecting, if we're not developing this connection, we'll enjoy it. We'll feel a lot more, a lot less than if we are cultivating. The more we are able to give in the universe, the more we are able to receive. We live in a magnetic universe, so the power of our source is very important. I was talking also about maybe leaving France, but I don't think so. Spirit seems to have some ideas. I'm formulating plans because I have my back against the wall and I have no choice, but Spirit says something else that will happen, so I have to trust that something else will happen. And so, but it's important to understand eventually we're going to become to one global community. But right now, every country has its own soul. Every city has its own soul. Like we have our own soul. Planet as a soul, which is an immortal intelligence that fuels the process of evolution, and every culture has it. Every religion, and there are spirits and angels that are specially dedicated to the protection of certain religion. All religions have them, and races and. Languages is different. Eventually, we're going to move into the one language interactive network. We're going to develop this universal language. We're going to become one race. We'll be all fused into one race, and we'll have only one religion, which is love. So this is but it will take a number of generations to get there. but so understanding everything is soul, everything comes from soul. We all are telling ourselves a story, but there is a higher story that our soul needs to tell us about who we are, where we come from, who we are, and where we're going. So just be open to the communication with your higher self, your guides and spirit associates. For life is, if life is a story, that's why movies and literatures are so important, because they tell a story. For what is coming up next is very a totally new lifestyle, different ways. The time and energy management will be completely different. For we are. Did I pull some cards? I'm going to pull some cards. I'm not sure I did. So, but I'm going to put some cards for guidance. See what spirits can also say. The highest wisdom is responsibility. What we need to understand is the paradigm shift. What we need to do is birth, to be reborn in spirit. And the outcome is a master guide. It's the guide of the spiritual path. A master guide is a celestial beings who's here to assist us and guide us. He's a friend in the invisible world on the higher planes. I wanted to note that this we want to be conscious of the center, and that there is those chakra systems, which is energy centers. They're more known in the Orient than in the Occident, but those energy centers are aligned on the vertical axis to a pillar of light, and we want to stay centered. It is the access to the multi-dimensional, the vertical access, yet we live in physical matter, in the cross of matter, on the horizontal level, which is time and space. We'll come to discover there is more in the vertical aspect than it is in the vertical aspect that it happens. We stop the pendulum of duality and we connect to this vertical. We allow our consciousness to travel through the dimensions. Then we can stay centered, and then we will be able to have better understanding of the timeline, the horizontal timelines. On Atlantis, the masters was used to stay aligned with the 13th dimension and be able to project themselves to do like manifest at will into timelines by just seeing it, and so that we want to be well connected to our vertical axis, yet conscious of the time and space relationship, and yet live in surrender, because we want to be in the highest potential, and the highest potential is not necessarily revealed or manifested. Well, I hope this message was meaningful for you. I wanted to wish you happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed those celebrations. For here, it's been a quiet year. For me, I'm alone here, so I don't really see the point of making any special events. But I will be participating. For we want to be in this receptive mode of the Christ, of the coming down of unconditional love. What we call Christ, Jesus, Sananda, Emmanuel, Joshua, Vishnu, Horus, all those incarnations are just one descending divinity in a sense, and that will shock a lot of people from religion. They believe that their God is exclusively to them, and then everybody has different name for different aspects. We are in fault, when actually all of it is true and connected, and all the masters and all the aspects of higher consciousness work as one consciousness for the most part. There great diversity in heaven as well, and opinions and how to go about things as well. It is just it just gets richer and more complex, and yet reality is made simple. The more we ascend, the more grace and simplicity we find within life, because there is the integration of the spiritual essence within reality. Behind me is a painting of a boat. I might make more boats and paintings. I like boats. This is like a three. It's got those three. I don't know the word in English. But there's three are becoming one in essence. It's like navigating. And this is a painting about an invocation. It's a reminder. It says, "I am that I am, that I am, Gillesmansillon." The Great Trinity, the Father, Mother, God, and the individual I am self, Gillesmansillon, my persona. It is just a persona that we take for a short while, and then it says, "I am fulfilled and given all that I wish. In gratitude, I know this feeling of joy, bliss, and happiness is eternal, as I am always given light, life, and love." It is an invocation to abundance. Once we find total fulfillment and knowledge that this given is eternal, then the flow of abundance flows. Now sing a song and pull one more card. I just wanted to come and say hello. It's an older song. It's a bit sad song, but it's a song to remind us to stay a light onto ourselves. For love is fine, but we cannot put the sun in someone else's. Because if the person moves away, then we're in the shadow. So shine your own light, and then you attract another light that reflects you. It goes like this. And no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. And no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. And no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I know. I'll leave young sing along, 'cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. And no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. That's also a reminder that romantic loves feel so strong and so can be very powerful. So let us be open to that, to the sharing of love, and be ready for this year of 2020 that is coming. I wish you a wonderful holiday. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.